Okay, time for some more rockets. So I got two rockets here, basically with the purpose of testing out my altimeter. Let's start with this one. This one I'm going to call the prototype, only because I built it so poorly that I wanted to redo it, so I built this guy, which has been built with a lot more care and attention. So I'll show you all the problems with this one. Okay, so what it's made of is the tube here is two paper towel tubes that are spliced together with a toilet paper tube inside here. So it's, well, it's pretty straight, but it's not 100% straight. The fins are balsa wood. Now the problem with the fins is I, for one, didn't put them on very straight. They're all kind of to the right at the same degree, so it might start spiraling in the air. The next problem is I put them all with the grain running this way, which makes them nice and sturdy, except for this one I didn't pay attention to that, and so this one can flop around quite a bit, if you can see that on the camera. The payload area is a pill bottle and a dollar store champagne glass. I've put the holes in here so that the altimeter can get a reading. We'll see if that works. My last rocket I tried to get an altimeter reading from, basically blew up in the air. The idea for the payload section on nose cone is from another YouTuber, the King of Random, so I can't take credit for that. Other problems with this: the motor mounts are foam board, and I didn't cut it very nicely, so it kind of flops around a little bit. And the motor mount is a coat hanger, or the motor lock is a coat hanger again, but since it's so short, it's really hard to get motors in and out of here without wrecking the rocket. So I decided to build a nicer one. The only differences on this one are the fins are the right direction and are straight. The motor mount, I built a nice little clip here so I can change out the motors quite easily, and I hand rolled a cardboard tube to hold the motors. Plus I used a different type of cardboard in here, and it's a lot thicker and stronger. I haven't drilled holes in the payload section for this one yet because I want to see if this idea is going to work first before I wreck this rocket, because I took a lot of care and attention to this one. So for now I'm just going to launch this one for fun and see how it flies. The tube is also a single tube rather than two tubes like this, and it's a little lighter and a little narrower, so hopefully it'll fly a little higher. Let's see how these guys work. Alright, time for probably the ugliest rocket you've ever seen. This rocket I'm calling the paratrooper rocket because I built it with a specific purpose in mind. So I'll explain the rocket. So we got the plexiglass rectangles I've been using since the start, just hot glued onto a Pringles can. And the nose cone, here's the ugliest part, is a foam ball with foam strips hot glued onto it so that it would stop there and could fit inside the rocket. It's probably the ugliest and least aerodynamic nose cone I've ever seen on a rocket. The reason why I'm calling it the paratrooper rocket is because I want to fill it with those dollar store soldiers with parachutes on them, and once it does its parachute phase, I guess the rocket when it blows its back end out, I'm hoping it'll launch all the parachute soldiers out and they will all happily parachute to the ground, and this will also come to the ground on its own parachute. So we'll see if that works out. Kind of doubt it, since this thing is pretty hideous. The motor mounts are again just foam board. I built a nice little clip to change out the motors. It's a little flimsy, so hopefully that holds. And I'm going to start with just a C motor to see how that works. So let's see how this thing goes.
Launching in 3, 2, 1.
Uh-oh.
Launching in 3, 2, 1. No parrot. Oh no! Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh, these are so much better.
I lost it.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Damn it!
A day of fail
That was a total day of failure.
by Michael
Alright, this
Becker.
is a big day of failure for my rockets. So let's start with this guy. So this is my rocket with the holes in it for getting a reading from the altimeter, and it launched all right. Did not go very high at all. mostly because of the C engine and the design of the rocket. But the problem I have is the Estes altimeter did get a reading, but it got a reading of over 5,000 feet. And if you can see from the video, this definitely didn't even go, I don't even know if it went 100 feet. So I don't really trust this altimeter anymore. I think it's kind of garbage. This rocket launched very nicely, and the parachute also didn't deploy, which is what happened to these two rockets. I don't know why they didn't deploy. I had them wrapped up for a couple months, so maybe they just kind of stuck. But I got one that didn't open here. Here's one of them. And where the tape is, it seems like it kind of sticks to itself. So that's got to be the problem. It's something to do with the way the tape sat for so long. It just kind of glued itself to other parts of the parachute and wouldn't open. This rocket right here was a total disaster. The nose cone didn't pop off to deploy the parachute, and all the wings flew off. But it did fly nice and straight, so that was good. So yeah, this is basically total failure. So I'm going to have to rethink how I'm building these rockets.